Today in the United States, it's estimated that about 1 in every 7 people have a chronic autoimmune disease, and I am one of those people. Now, there are dozens of autoimmune disorders of varying severity, including things like rheumatoid arthritis, Crohn's disease, and celiac disease. And these illnesses cause your immune system to go haywire and start attacking healthy cells in your body. And most of the time, these are chronic issues, meaning that there is no cure. They impact your quality of life for the rest of your life. So I have an autoimmune condition called ulcerative colitis, and I was diagnosed in my teens after struggling with it all throughout my childhood. And it's a disorder that causes my body to attack itself, which forms ulcers in the lining of my colon. And as you can imagine, that can be quite painful and prevent me from living my life the way I want to sometimes. So doctors do not know how ulcerative colitis starts or how to cure it for good. So what I always aim to do is keep it in remission, meaning the disease is still there, it's dormant, but it's not actively flaring up and it's not actively preventing me from living my life. My case is considered of moderate severity, meaning that there's many people who have it far worse than me, but also a lot of people who have a much lighter symptoms and doesn't impact them as much. And through 15 years of ups and downs after my diagnosis, I feel really lucky that at this particular moment, it does not have nearly the stranglehold on my life that it once did. So to keep it in remission, I wanted to share what I've been doing to manage it. First, it really helps me to get connected at a deep level to my why from managing my colitis. Sounds weird, right? Shouldn't it be obvious why I should want to manage it? Well, for me, it wasn't. I found it very hard to come to grips with the fact that my body needs special care that other bodies don't need. And it doesn't mean it's worse, it's just that it functions differently, it needs a lot of TLC. But I was very resistant to that idea for a long time. I wanted to believe that I could just sort of power through it and ignore it. So since it's a cyclical disease, meaning it naturally gets better and then naturally gets worse in years-long cycles, I sort of thought I was cured during times when it wasn't a good cycle. So I would stop taking my medicine, I would start celebrating and be like, woohoo, I'm cured. And then after a while, it would flare up again and that cycle would repeat itself. What really helps me to sort of stay the course and make sure that I'm taking care of myself even when I feel really healthy is staying connected to the idea that I'm maintaining my health for a greater purpose, so that I can have energy for my family, for my daughter, for my work, so that I can create at my highest potential, maybe even leave a legacy. So instead of being in resistance and in opposition to it, I have to remember to accept and release judgment around it. The second practice that helps tremendously for me is to reduce my environmental stressors. So stress can cause flare-ups because of the overproduction of cortisol that stress creates. And for me, stress can come from anywhere. Situations, people, work, those are the easy ones. But honestly, even things like taking a holiday or wearing uncomfortable clothing can be so stressful for me. And that's one of the main reasons why I started my own company, because I wanted to be able to control the stress factors in my environment. Sure, starting your business is still stressful, but for me, what's crucial is being able to control that stress. So if there's a day that I don't want to work, I don't have to. Or if there's a vendor or a client who's creating stress, I can fire them, I can get another one. At my old job, that was not optional. I also plan carefully to make sure that my environment is comfortable to be in. I work from home, sometimes even from bed, because I can be in a position that allows my body to be comfortable. Another principle I have for managing it is to keep all treatments as simple and easy as possible so that I can execute them consistently, right? I want to be able to minimize disruptions to my lifestyle and maintain as normal a day-to-day as possible. So fancy diets, time-consuming treatments, those things don't work well for me. Believe me, I have tried all the diets that are supposed to be good for my condition. The problem is they're very time-consuming to follow and they're not very enjoyable. Plus, they're inflexible, meaning there's no room for cheat meals or deviations. Instead, I focus on taking my medicine militantly. I'm lucky that my anti-inflammatory meds do not create any negative side effects and they work well for me, only as long as I take them consistently. And for a long time, this was my big issue, taking it consistently. And I'm not alone. Studies show that 50% or more of people with chronic conditions do not take their medicines as prescribed. My medicine is quite expensive, and actually in the US, it's really hard to access because it requires a prescription. But now that we live here in Colombia, it's covered by my health insurance, and it doesn't even require a prescription to get it from the pharmacy, which makes it just a lot easier to get a hold of. And it's also easy to make an appointment with my gastro specialist if I do want a consultation. So huge win for geo arbitrage that makes it easier for me to live a healthy life. Of course, a part of my maintenance program is to eat a healthy diet and exercise at least 3 times a week. So at the moment, I don't exclude any foods at all. I eat all the foods, but I'm very tuned into how everything I eat makes me feel. So I can modulate what I eat, how much I eat, if something isn't making me feel good. And I've also found an exercise program that agrees with me, consisting of weightlifting and light cardio, that I find is crucial to my energy levels and my mood. Finally, a practice that helps me maintain my condition is to pay careful attention to warning triggers and take swift action. There's times when I slip on some parts of my maintenance, and that's okay, that happens. But if I feel like something isn't quite right, I go back immediately to being in 100% excellence with my program so I can nip it in the bud. If you have a chronic condition, drop a comment below with how you manage it, what you found to be effective in managing it. And remember that if you do have a chronic illness, you are not alone. There are millions of people just like us. So thanks so much for watching this video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. And if you're obsessed with human potential and living your best possible life like we are, then consider subscribing to our channel too. See you in the next video.